Hey everyone, so I want to describe my experience at a rave. It was my first time and it was kind of insane and wonderful and magical, and the story is going to be a little bit censored because of reasons, but it's still a great story and I'm gonna start telling you it right now. So I wasn't going to go to it originally. I was planning on leaving Washington right after my beach trip with my family. But then best friends Coda and Connor, they were like, yo, we're going to this secret rave in a forest called Womp. You should come. And I looked at the dates and it was the weekend after that trip. And so I would just be staying like 5 extra days. And I was like, yeah, I am of course staying to do that. I've wanted to go to a rave for a while now. And yeah, so it just kind of all lined up. And then as I got closer to the date, they were like, hey, Cheyenne, I'm sorry we can't come because of a whole situation involving a photographer. And I was like, okay, I'll go anyways. And I was still going to be going with 2 other friends. But then they had been drunk when we made the plans. And so they forgot about it. And they were like, we don't actually want to go. And I was like, that's okay, I'm still gonna go. And then I was gonna go with my friend Chris, and then they were in Seattle and just not really feeling like they should come down for it. So I was like, okay, I'll go alone, which it felt right. I felt like I should be going alone, and I should have been. It was perfect. So it was in the Mount Hood National Forest, I think. It was super just discreet and great and amazing, and 10 out of 10, loved it. I got there early and people were just setting up the campsites and setting up like the dance floor, and they had this like medic/cuddle tent, and it was just super cool. And there were 2 people I knew there, and they ended up being like my rave moms. Yeah, we were just setting up everything, and then I don't have a tent. I have one at home, but I did not have one I traveled with, which wasn't the smartest thing, but I didn't. And so what I did is I brought my like Reiki bed, which was like a massage table, and I just had 3 blankets and like a pillow on it and a yoga mat next to it. And I was like, this is my campsite. This is where I'll sleep. And I was really excited to, when I did go to bed, like look at the stars, but I didn't end up sleeping. So that didn't happen. But it was nifty anyways. I was really hoping no one would steal it because it was very pricey, but no one did. So everything worked out. So I ended up hanging out with this group of people, and there was talking, and then I didn't see this part, but I am aware of what happened. So a black car rolled up to our campsite and was like, yo, do you guys have a satellite phone? And the person was like, no. They were like, well, our campfire got out of control and now there's an active forest fire. And we were like, cool. And so like 4 of us were trained firefighters. By us, I don't mean me. I'm not a trained firefighter, but others were. And so I wanted to go like help. I was like, can I help? And they were like, yeah, no, we're gonna get our firefighter friends. And I was like, valid. And so a group of them went to go fight said fire, and then another person went to go make sure that the ranger was notified. So the people in the black car literally left. Like, they left. So this whole ass like tree was on fire, and they left. They decided that they should leave and not help fight the fire. So they're wanted right now. But moral of the story is don't fucking start fires and leave them, or other people will have to clean them up, which we did, by the way. Once again, by we, I don't mean me. I did nothing. I sat there and waited. But yeah, our firefighting team of friends, they went and fought the fire. They contained it. And then by the time the like truck of water and everything got there, they were able to put it out, and we ended up like, we were kind of like shuttling like water from our camp there, and it was a team effort and it got done. And then we were like, okay, we can rave now. Like, we can party. We fought the fire, prevented a national forest fire because of this rave, which is pretty sick, and got to partying. I went hard. I danced a lot. So I like dance. It's a thing I do. I love a static dance. I love just like releasing and just dancing. And I did that. And I don't recall a lot of it, but I did it. And I went like balls to the walls hard. So Womp was like Shrek themed. And so at one point there was another girl there with my name, Hers was spelled different though, and she was in this full-on like alien space goddess gear. She looked so good, and her partner was in it too. And at one point she had this like light up Shrek figurine that she was like holding, and everyone was just around her and was like bowing to it, and I was just like, what is this? It's great. And then near the beginning too, I was just like dancing, and I was so happy and just like hugging people, and then went and hugged a tree for a while, and then I got sap all over me. Somehow got on my butt, not sure, but it did. But it was all over my arm, and it was just a mess. And I was like dancing, and it was so much fun. At one point I went and laid down in like the cuddle tent, and I was cuddling like this fuzzy crocodile, and it was great. And yeah, it was great. There was a little area to sit that I would go sit at sometimes. And then at one point during dancing, there was, I'm trying to remember it. So I was dancing with like people, but not really like we were all dancing together, but I wasn't like dancing with someone. But there was this girl next to me, and she just looked like this fucking space goddess with like so imagine my curls but times 10 and like poofier, and fucking gorgeous. And she just had these like killer legs and like this really cute like outfit, like this amazing skirt, and I was just like, she's gorgeous. And then she kissed me, and I was like, did that happen? I like 2 minutes after I was like, did that just happen? Because it was great, but did it happen? Like, did I imagine it? And I did not imagine, because it happened many other times. But that was fucking neat. My friends, like when I came back to them, they were like, I see you're making friends, and I was like, nah. But yeah, also side note in here, I'm pansexual, which the best description of pansexuality I've ever heard is that I love hearts, not parts. And so yeah, I love people, and that's kind of it. My sexual attraction is not based on much, really. It's just based on like the love that I feel towards that individual. But anyways, moving on from that. So yeah, she was great. She kind of like took care of me. She was like giving me like water, and like we were cuddling together, and she was a sweetheart. Absolutely love her. And then she gave me, I'm not wearing it. Fuck. Okay, well, I'll put it in this video. But well, here's the bracelet she made me. I literally love it. I'm a big fan. But it did the whole like rave culture, it gave me a bracelet thing, but I literally did not know what was going on at the time, so I was just like, what? But then looked at the bracelet the next day, and it says Alien BB, which I will be telling stories later on this channel when I feel comfortable to, that will make that statement very ironic and funny, and you'll understand it then. And some of you do understand it now, so you're probably laughing. But anyways, so yeah, and yeah, we just kind of spent like the night dancing on and off together. And I did like a back bend at one point, and then apparently was dancing on the floor, which I vaguely remember. And then at one point it was probably like 2 a.m. or something, and I was like, I gotta pee, and there was like a latrine. And so I get up and I start walking over, and I run into her, and she was like, I was like, bathroom? And she was like, here, I'll take you. And so took me to the bathroom, and then waited for me to pee, which was great. And so, okay, let me set the scene. It's dark as shit. I'm in the woods. I'm in a one-piece like black bathing suit thing, and I was wearing these like baggy kind of like hippie ass black pants. And so I get buck ass like nude to go like pee, and I did great. I did not get any pee on myself. However, this latrine was gross, because mind you, most people here are inebriated in some sort of fashion, and so it was gross. And my pants, other people's pee and poop got on my pants, and so I was like, no. And it was so gross. And those were the only pants I had brought. I don't know. I'm going to pack so much smarter. I already made rave bracelets for next time. I'm already on my shit. But I was not on my shit. I did not know what I was doing. But I tried my best. So then I was just like, dick. Like, what do I do now? And so I like took them off. And I was like, hey, so I got other people's pee on my pants. And she was like, do you want me to like give you pants? I was like, no, it's fine. She was like, I'm gonna give you pants. And I was like, okay. And so I go back to her tent, and she goes in to get me pants, and I try to put them on, but her legs, even though they are pure muscle, are much smaller than my not pure muscle legs. And so I was like, it's okay, I will survive. And so now I'm literally just in like a one-piece bathing suit at like 3 a.m. It's very cold, we're in the woods. And we're walking by, and there's this guy, and he's a friend of ours. And we're like, hey, are you okay? And he's not responding. And we were like, And so I stayed with him and was just like giving him Reiki and like rubbing his back. And I was like, you're okay. And he was just kind of not responding. He was very drunk. And then he started throwing up. And so, long story short, ended up calling a medic over and spent 2 to 3 hours taking care of him with a few other people, including the girl from previous in the story. And yeah, I like was literally running on adrenaline. And then by the time we got him in the medic tent and like all laid down and like comfy, my friend was like, how are you, Cheyenne? And I was like, oh, I'm really cold actually. And then the girl I'd been with, she gave me her jacket, which was great. And we all kind of said goodnight as the sun rose. We like watched the sun rise, and we were just like, this has been a night. And yeah, and then like walked back to my not even tent, my little campsite, and laid there. And my brain was just like going, and I was just like watching everything in front of me, just kind of like, so my vision like regularly is kind of whack. And in situations in which substances are involved, or lack of sleep, or a combination of both, or just kind of exciting situations, or being in nature amplifies it. And so I was literally just like watching like fractals come out. It was crazy. But I laid there for a long time, and I was also very cold because I'm now in a jacket, a bathing suit, and I had 3 blankets. And it's like sunny, and so I can't like, and birds are chirping, and so I'm not in like a sleeping position really. So I laid there for a long time. Then eventually I like buried myself under all the blankets and just like cuddled up and was like in my own body heat. And then I eventually was just like, I give up. I don't think I slept. I really don't think I slept. I might have passed out for like an hour, but by the time I got back to the campsite at like 11, I'd left at probably like 7 something. And yeah, so I don't think I slept at all. I like huddled my way back and then saw the guy we'd taken care of. I was like, give me a hug. Gave him a hug, and I was like, I thought you were gonna die. And she didn't, but yeah. So I was really happy that he was okay, and we talked for a bit. And then the girl came up and we were talking, and I was like, I'm cold as dick. I didn't sleep. She's like, come lay in the sun. And so we went, and we were like laying in the sun, and I just laid there for a few hours, like watching people and like meditating and just like being there. And I had tree sap all over me. My mind was just like buzzing. And so then I was like, well, I have to leave. And so a few hours passed, and I went and got my shit together, came back, said bye to everyone. Which was like, I just wanted to stay. Like, I wanted us to like go again. We did not, but I will see them next year, and I'm definitely going to raves elsewhere and other points of time now. When I tell people I'm from Iowa, their reactions are always funny. I haven't seen one person react calmly to the statement, I live in Iowa. Not one. So that was always a fun expression. One of the girls was like, I hope to see you again soon. And I was like, I live in Iowa and I leave like tomorrow. And she was like, oh. And I was like, I know. Yeah. But yeah, so it was dope. So then I'm like driving away. Now I haven't had cell service this whole time, so I don't have any videos from the rave at all. Because I literally didn't touch my phone the entire time, which was great. But like an hour later, I'm out of the forest, and I'm like in really heavy traffic, which was weird. And I look at my phone, I have all these notifications. And so we have 2 new organizers of the Peace Chapter in Portland. And someone had messaged me previously. They're like, yo, it's National like Dairy Day or Ice Cream Day or something on Sunday. You guys should have a demo. And I was like, literally on my way to the rave. And I was like, great idea. Here's the thing. I'll pass that on. And so I passed on my organizers. I was like, guys, I'm about to not have cell service. I'm going to a forest. You want to organize something? Organize it. I will show up. And then the way the conversation was going, it looked like it was going to be that night. So I was like, oh my God, I have to lead a protest tonight. Like, at least I get to shower and eat. That'll be nice. Oh, also, I had like the peace bracelets out, and people were just, no one really knows what they mean. Like, it's peace and then be kind, which is pretty self-explanatory, but it's also vegan propaganda. And I promote and sell, and not even sell, I just give it out. And then I had like peace cards out too. And then I'd also been able to bring vegan pastries from Back to Eden that they had donated to us the day before. And so everyone was like eating vegan food and wearing vegan merch, and most of them weren't vegan, but working on it. So yeah, I look at my phone, I have all these messages, and the new organizers were like, we set up a demo today from 2:45 to like 5 or something. And I was just like, and I look at the clock and it was like 1:18, and I literally screamed. Like, I yelled. Now, so I actually had bought, not pants, it was like a one piece, but it had pants on it. So I was wearing this like really sick, like one piece, like romper thing-ish. It was great. And so that part looked good. My arm was covered in tree sap. I had it like all up in here and like here and like here, just like weirdly everywhere. And my dandruff was so bad, it looked like I'd been snowed on. And there were twigs in my hair. It was a mess. I looked like a wreck. I had not eaten. I had not drank anything. I had maybe some water. Like, I hadn't slept a wink. I had a long night. I was running on pure adrenaline. And I just like took a deep breath in and was like, we're going to go lead a protest. And so I just changed my directions from where I was going. And I was like, we don't get to shower. I like raked my hands through my hair, pulled half of it back. I actually looked fantastic. I pulled myself together like A+, 10 out of 10. I did a great job. Honestly, big props to me. And I then went and got an acai bowl, shoved like half of it down my throat, got a matcha because I was like, I need caffeine immediately. Showed up at the protest and led it with the organizers, and it was great. Had some good conversations. Did an interview for a news station thing called Jane Unchained, and did well in it. And then we went into Salt and Straw after and like got their vegan ice cream and sat and had a little meeting after, because that was the last time I was going to see the organizers before I left. It was really great. It was really productive. I didn't actually sleep that night until midnight, so I just went many hours going hard. Yeah, but it was crazy. And I am now like, I just like want to be at a rave. And so I've decided that what I'm doing, because so at Plant, we're going to be having, I was planning on having us doing a static dance, which a static dance is very similar to like raves. It's just the cultures are kind of slightly different. And yeah, but what I want to do is I want to kind of combine them, and specifically with, so when we expand into our event center, I want to be having like weekly, I want to call them weekly releases, where you go and it's just like, I don't know, like 9 p.m. to like 3 a.m. like fucking dance party. Like, we have different stations for everyone to just completely like release and like let go. And like little meditation corners, like yoga station, dance floor, we'll have a little like medic tent, we'll have just like spaces for everyone to just be safe and feel loved and embodied and just cherished and honored and good. And for the bracelets, because I do want to like continue the little rave culture bracelets, so I'm not wearing them right now, so this is not helpful. But if I was, they're like these little beads, like, you know, bracelets you make when you're like 6 years old. It's like those. And I was making them last night with Coda and Connor, and I felt so happy. Like, I felt just like a child, and I felt really good. And so yeah, so what I'm gonna do, because that's super wasteful, like plastic, bad, and at Plant we're going to be upcycling our plastic. And so I was thinking, oh my god, we should make little beads out of our upcycled plastic and have like art made in that capacity. And I also want to figure out how we can make like clothing items out of it, like how to make faux fur and how to make like pleather and things like that. And so I've decided to move that to like the top of my priority list when I get back. It's like fill out the HACCP, get that turned in, start hiring, and I'm jumping on upcycling plastic and figuring out exactly what we need to do for that, the team we need, just everything, just really getting everything in order. I'm super excited to go back. I have literally so much work to do, and I'm so excited to do it. I get to just dedicate my whole soul to this project. Yeah, so that was Womp. That was my first rave. It was great. I had a tremendous time, and I'm so excited to go to future raves and reconnect with the beautiful people that I connected with there. And that's all. Well, it's been a long video. I love you. It's gonna be so much fun to upload. My phone's gonna love it. I hope that you are having a wonderful moment and a wonderful day. And if you have any questions or comments or thoughts, you can comment below or email me or reach out to me on social media or do anything. If you want to talk to me, just like talk to me, because I love to talk. Yeah, that's all. I love you. Bye.
And here are all the bracelets I then made myself.